Oh, buddy, that's something. Anyway, water. The I allow play by posts between sessions in my games, and I'm fleshing out my Restenford campaign. Now I've done some deep dive on Lindor Isle over the years and stuff, and I'm one who really likes subtext in my games. Sometimes I refer to it as emotional terrorism. I'm just really fucking with people sometimes. But it makes for a good tension in the game, right? So, money changers. I notice in all the mega dungeons that Gillespie's putting out, the money changer is everywhere, right? But when I really flip through Restenford and Isle of the Lindor Isle series, there's no money changers except in the most evil of towns on Lindor Isle. Garrotten and Croton are the only place that actually have money lenders run by assassins. You know what? I would ask, but the man's passed. But I think that's hilarious. I'm running with it. Because the people of Restenford on one side are chaotic. The guy in charge is chaotic, but he's got a good man, chaotic good. Well, all the fishermen are chaotic neutral and chaotic good, and the farmers are all lawful neutral, and the king's and the baron's advisor is lawful neutral. His wife is lawful neutral. His daughter's lawful neutral. But the guy in charge is chaotic good, who honestly, in my opinion, cares about the needs of his subjects. But he's not one for sticklers. He's a penny pincher. So he has to be browbeat and forced to do things to raise the taxes and stuff to build the infrastructure that the barony needs, while being opposed by over half of his population. I'm going to play with that a little bit more, because I've always preferred the law versus chaos aspect of the 3-point system in basic D&D, right? But I kicked it over to a 9-point system recently because all of the mega dungeons I use and Dragon Slayer uses a 9-point system, and I was going to work my way into that from Old School Essentials, or more like I'm just running Old School Essentials with instead of referencing back to Labyrinth Lord for rules not covered. I'm going to reference back to Dragon Slayers and make up the rest. So when stuff is self-evident to me, I just do it. When I want to think about it and I want to reference, then I usually go back to another system, and then tinker with it. That's what I do. I tinker with stuff. So, yeah, money changers. I was like, where's the money changer in town? I started thinking about it. Well, thinking over it, there's not one listed, which is weird, because Kafka lists everybody in the town, right down to every fisherman and how many kids live in a hut. It's crazy. But it gives me the bare bones. I just add names and personalities as I go along, if the players give a crap, right? You see, this hut is in bad repair. Little note. You see many children running around. You see no mother chasing them, but you do see a tired and haggard old fisherman chasing after his children and getting onto the boys to mend the nets. Whatever. And that's what you do. You just wing it. Just wing it. And as I'm thinking about it, I'm going to make the Baron just despise money changers, because it undermines his authority. And I mean, maybe it's a subtext for modern life. The power of tax and the power of usury undermines the authority of the monarch, historically. Within 10 years, the merchants are in charge. So that's what I'm going to do. No merchants in this town. I mean, no, there's merchants, so money changing is a personal thing, of which Peltar has reaped a healthy profit off, because there's no allowed money changer, but since it's allowed to be personal interactions, the guy with the most money is making the most money, and the innkeepers dabble in it because they need smaller coinage to run their businesses. So that's who you got to deal with, the innkeepers. But if you need to sell something big, you either trot your feet down the garroten, which means wandering monster encounters, and the bandits, and walking in the shadow of Bone Hill, or you deal with Peltar, and you're going to find out why everybody hates him, because he's a cold, calculating bastard who's out for himself, and he's going to create law and structure in that town to benefit himself. More of a lawful evil mindset, but he's lawful neutral. And since there is no law, except the Baron's word, he gets to be the bad guy. Good basic law versus chaos in Restenford. And I'm going to run with it. And I will infuse my personal distaste for the money lenders into the Baron. Ursary's terrible. It's a scourge. The only thing worse is compound interest used against you. I.e. credit card debt. If you got credit cards, cut them up, people. Get rid of them. If you can't afford to buy it or budget for it, you don't need it. You don't need it. Anyway, I diverge. Just stuff I'm thinking about for Restenford. I'm gonna, for a while there, I was doing some other stereotypes with the money changers, which my players caught on. It was completely subconscious, and then as I was thinking about it, I was like, oh, that's hilarious. But now I'm gonna make it a difficult thing. You either keep your hoard, or figure out how to divide it amongst your party when it's current state, because it's going to be harder to liquidate it. Or you get rid of your smaller coins to the local merchants, which will probably be for a 1-for-1. They're not going to hit you for interest. But if you're going to do a large volume, they can't do it. You'll have to deal with Peltar, and that will make the an NPC who has way more power than they think he should in the barony. And that could work out for some great plot hooks and some fun RP. Not the kind of RP most people really want to do, dealing with a douchey NPC who holds all the cards, which is what usually happens from position of Thors, Position of authority, position of Thors. Players don't like it. They want to be the bullies. They want to bully everybody into submission, and when they can't bully them, they want to kill them. I'm like, well, this is the most notable person in the barony. Killing him would put you as an outlaw immediately with the Baron and everyone around him. And at this level range, if the Baron draws his sword and jumps off his throne, you're a dead man. Not to mention his 20 men-at-arms, all leveled. No zero level men-at-arms. They're all first 2/3 level fighters, and they don't suck. So, sorry about your luck. Just kicking that around this morning. Oh my, we'll do something about this hair.